From questions about Hearthstone's infancy to super niche information about expansions, cards, tokens, sounds, and more, today, Martian takes on Hearthstone's hardest quiz. In Hearthstone Alpha, the arena had a different name. What was it?
The Warsong Gulch?
No, it was called the Forge, unfortunately for you.
The Forge?
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, you I don't know, forge together a deck, I guess. I think the arena is probably a better name, though. Yeah, well, that was from 2013. We're going to move way into the future now. We're going to 2014.
All right.
In 2014, the Hearthstone team released the statistics that I'll be referencing for these next two questions. According to their internal data, the worst card in the game had only 29% win rate. What was it? This is 2014.
Worst card in the game. Man, it's so hard to pick. Like, I'm trying to decide between like Millhouse and Corehound, and sure there was one that like actively harmed you or something.
I wouldn't say this card actively harms you. It is
okay.
just bad stats for the cost.
War Golem?
Ooh, that is a good guess. I have multiple choice here to like as a hint, and that's one of them. But I'm gonna tell you that's no and give you the other three. Give you another stab at it. So option A was War Golem. B is Captain's Parrot. C is Magma Rager. And D is Venture Co-Mercenary.
Oh, Venture Co-Mercenary is terrible, huh? That's the one that like makes your other stuff cost more. It's kind of crazy that would be bad in Constructed, considering I remember it being a bomb in Arena, maybe? I could also just completely be misremembering. Is Captain's Parrot that bad? I guess it might be. I'm gonna go with Magma Rager.
Yeah.
That's bad. It was really?
Yeah,
I was about to be like,
Magma Rager.
wait, that was the worst one? At least you could drop that on 3.
I mean, you can drop War Golem on 7. The final question about Hearthstone's infancy. Same statistics, same from 2014 only. I need you to rank the top 3 most used hero powers from that year.
Top 3 most used hero powers. Number 1, Life Tap. Number 2, Steady Shot. Number 3, Armor Up.
Number 3 is Armor Up. The other 2 are not on this list.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're the best hero powers, but for whatever reason, they were not the most used.
Is it Fire Blast and Totem?
It is. Totem's 1,
okay.
Fire Blast is 2.
Really? I would have expected the other way around, but I remember hearing that like Mage and Shaman were just the most popular classes.
That makes sense. Good old Thrall and Jaina. If you're enjoying the quiz so far, be sure to subscribe. When you subscribe, the number goes up, and when the number goes up, I get happier. Thank you. Moving on to the expansion category. What was the last Hearthstone expansion to introduce only one new keyword?
One new keyword.
They've been getting carried away, man. Throwing them out like candy.
This isn't my guess, but Fractured and Alterac, I'm just thinking out loud, I guess. Fractured and Alterac had Honorable Kill, and was it just that? How do I not remember any? I know that some of them have had multiple keywords, but how am I not remember any? Okay, so let's try to think of a more recent one. So there was Mana Thirst and something in March. I'm trying to like find a place to ground myself, you know what I mean? Like,
Certainly.
it's the last one to come out with only one keyword. There was Infuse and what in Nathria? Was it like super recent? Was it March of the Lich King?
It was March of the Lich King. Well done.
What comes after that? That was Festival, and it had keywords in it.
It did.
I can't remember one.
That one was a tough one, to be fair. That one had a class-specific evergreen keyword added.
Ew.
So that's the hardest one to not get wrong. It had Finale and Overheal.
I've never gotten that. I think I would have gotten the Finale with some extra time, but Overheal I'd have never spotted.
Yeah. And then Titans had Titan plus Forge.
Yeah. And then what did this last one have?
Quick Draw and Excavate.
Gotcha. Okay.
What was the first Hearthstone expansion to not feature a song in its cinematic trailer?
First one to not feature a song in its cinematic trailer.
This is very gettable. I believe in you.
Was it Classic?
No. It's not a expansion, I guess, by this definition.
I guess.
Might be correct otherwise as a technicality, but yeah. That's just the game.
Is it Whispers?
It is not Whisper.
Which one was it?
It's the one that didn't have a song and led to Community Outroar, which led to Ben Brode making a song to fill the void.
I think I like people talk to me about like the Ben Brode singing stuff, and I just didn't pay attention for it.
That's the,
so like
that's the lore behind the Ngoro rap. Is they were upset, they were outraged at the lack of a song.
Okay.
So he made the Ngoro rap. So it was Ngoro.
Okay, well that's pretty funny.
First Hearthstone expansion to be brought back from Wild to Standard in its entirety.
Oh, Knights of the Frozen Throne.
There you go. That is our expansion category. You are cruising. You're on a roll here.
There we go.
This next question, first of the cards category, is about Ebon Dragonsmith, which is a 4-mana 3/4 that says reduce the cost of a random weapon in your hand by 2. Does that card's cost reduction effect persist through Kingsbane's Death Rattle?
Keeps all enchantments. Once it's on the field, I feel like it would forget about the cost reduction. It's actually so interesting. Like I've never encountered that. I'm gonna guess no.
You are correct.
I was correct?
Yep.
My first impulse was totally yes, but I was thinking like, a hand.
All right, well done.
Excellent.
The invoke effect is a separate function from the invoke ability and does not count as having been cast by the card itself. With that said, I have 2 questions here, part A, part B. Does counterspell stop the invoke? And does objection stop the invoke?
So like we're saying that the if you do Invocate Frost, for example,
Yeah.
the once you get the 2/1 that comes rushing out, that is not counted as being part of the spell.
Yes.
It just triggers an evoke, and then invoke happens independently.
Yeah.
I feel like for sure stops them both because the text on the card never happens when they're countered.
Yeah. Yep. Don't let me get in your head here. I'm trying very hard. I'm glad you got those 2 right because this is why this is Hearthstone's hardest quiz right here. Previously known as Clumsy is an ability which grants a minion or weapon a 50% chance of attacking the wrong enemy. What is this ability now unofficially referred to as by the Hearthstone team?
Well, it's an ogre something.
Is in the game files though.
It's in the game files?
It is. This is what they use as like the keyword in the game files. They just don't put it on the card.
It was initially Clumsy.
Why they changed that and when they didn't make it public anyway, I don't know. Also, I think Clumsy's a better name than the new one.
Is it confused?
No, close. It's forgetful. So much less
Clumsy
playful.
Clumsy is so much better.
Clumsy is so much better.
It's
I guess they're just like, well, we're never gonna put this on cards, so let's just like make it boring. I don't know.
Oh, because they're gonna use Clumsy somewhere else, maybe. I don't know.
Wow, imagine that in a year we come back and we see there's a Clumsy cube.
But even then, who cares? Like, why? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. It's not yet, and probably never will be in any actual card texts, but it is found in the game data for the cards. It's precise text is found on all of Forgetful cards, which is 50% chance to attack the wrong enemy, unless you talk about the good old card that reads 50% chance to attack the correct enemy. That is the definition of hardest quiz right there, because there's really just no way you could know that. We're gonna move to a little bit easier, but at this point you're crushing it, so who knows what's easier. Moving on to the tokens category. Token, of course, being the unofficial term that we use for most uncollectible minions, weapons, etc. that are summoned or added to your hand that aren't ownable in your collection. The first question, Ashbringer, the weapon that Tyrion equips when he dies, costs how much mana?
6?
Instant. Shoot out the 6. Why 6?
Because Corrupted Ashbringer is 6.
That makes sense. It's 5 though. They added a mana to give it lifesteal apparently.
Gotcha.
And to what? Make
I was
it
like,
not a legendary or something like that.
My initial guess was 8, but then like I was thinking like that is just awful.
It's one of those things. I don't know that I've ever seen that get boomeranged. Essentially, like I've never seen anyone ever play that. I'm not even sure for most of Hearthstone you could, and even now, like you're not boomeranging a Tyrion weapon very easily.
Is that the first way you could get it back? You can mouse over it though, can't you?
You can mouse over it, but I'm saying like for playing it, I don't think anyone's ever played that card. This one, I'm going to send you a picture. Very exciting. Very exciting picture. In this picture, I am showing you Geblin Mechatork's awesome inventions. And the question for you is, which of these are fake?
Which of these are fake? All right, so I know Homing Chicken and Repairbot are cards. I know Poultrizer is a card. And so that makes me think that Chicken is a token and counts as a real card. I think I've seen the art on Emboldener, so I'm going to say Destroyobot is the fake card.
That is correct.
Oh, sick.
You know your inventions. Nicely done. Made that one myself. It's a beautiful little card.
Awesome.
Yeah. I was shocked to see that one of these had double tribe. Kind of blew my mind that they updated a Mechatork invention to give it Mech Beast. Yeah. I was shocked.
I kind of maybe remember that being mentioned on like Twitter or something.
That's
like
funny.
someone spotted it and pointed it out.
Third and final question of the tokens category. What is the name of the token that Cellar Spider? I just told you it. I read it wrong. I was going to ask you the name of Pantry Spider's token. I wonder if you'll know it.
Could it be Cellar Spider?
You're a genius.
To be fair, I never would have ever gotten that, by the way. So, yeah, like, if we're being honest, you can. You can count it as wrong.
I had to have one of those. That was tough, huh? It is, in fact, Sailor Spider. Well done. I'll get you with this next one. Sounds category. You're doing way too well. We have to bring you down here. This is unacceptable. Yogg-Saron Unleashed has the longest attack sound among collectible cards in the game, which is hilarious considering you never attack with that card. I'll give you multiple choice. It has the longest attack sound among collectible cards in the game at A, approximately 13 seconds. B, approximately 16 seconds. C, approximately 20 seconds. Or D, approximately 22 seconds. It's an incredibly long attack sound at any of those points for a card with
like
a Titan
13?
card that never attacks.
I'm like super curious. Have I ever attacked with a Yogg? They always kill themselves.
There's like the one deck in standard where you could theoretically, because you like make a full board of them, and then one's bound to attack maybe.
Like it just has like something crazy poetic old god thing to say or something. Okay, I've never heard that. 13 is already like 10,000 years long, so I don't know that I want to guess the full 22, but I don't know, 22.
I love the guess. It's 16.
Okay, cool.
It's let's find out what it is real quick. Maybe this is WoW related.
I am the lucid dream, the monster in your nightmares, the fiend of 1,000 faces, and the progenitor of your demise.
Progenitor?
Progenitor? I don't know. It's a word of all time.
All right.
I don't know what
well,
that's about.
I guess if you make it through to that point to be able to hear the attack voice line, I guess you get a
nice
big
reward.
payoff.
A great reward. Going back to our good pal Gelbin Mechatork again. One of the most unique Hearthstone cards of all time. Gelbin Mechatork's entrance music is taken from Battle for Gnomeregan, which is a Cataclysm soundtrack for World of Warcraft. This sting is shared with 4 other Hearthstone cards. Can you name them?
That's so interesting. If it's Battle for Gnomeregan, I wonder if they're all known. I know that like Tyrion and Antonidas have like the same music, right?
Do they really?
Don't they both have the?
Yeah, maybe.
They could also just be similar, and I'm tripping. But I feel like something has the Tyrion music. Anyways, so what are some other gnomes? Millhouse?
It's a tough
I
enough
wonder if they're all
question. I'll
legendary.
tell you yes or no when you say a name. Millhouse is correct.
Is correct? Sick.
Is correct.
All right.
I couldn't have told you that was a gnome necessarily. It's just like an old man in my mind. I don't.
I don't know that there are any more in Classic. But you just said 4 other cards. You didn't tell me the set, right?
They're all legacy cards.
They're all legacy cards. I really don't think that there are that many gnomes that were legendary. I don't think most epics or anything have music. Is there a dwarf?
A dwarf, you say?
Does it have to be neutrals?
Just a guessing game of can you guess legacy neutral legendaries?
Okay, so I don't think it's... Oh, it's probably an alliance one. If it's Battle for Gnomeregan. All right, does that help me? Probably not.
Huda?
Oh my goodness, like they're really just not dwarves? I don't know. I gotta guess something, I guess. How about the Black Knight?
What is that?
That's completely not anywhere close to Gnomeregan. No. Oh, Corehound.
No,
No?
it's not even a
Alright.
legendary.
No, the Beast is what I was thinking of.
Oh, the beast. No.
All right. What were they?
You want hints at all? Another one's 2 mana.
Sure.
One of them is,
I'll take some hints.
one of them's 2 mana. One of the ones you're missing.
Lord Walker Cho.
The other one.
That bagel.
Yes. 3 mana?
All right, so that's not okay. The Gnomeregan has stopped being a clue. 3 mana. I guess Mookla's a pretty bad legendary.
It was probably better than this legendary, but
Oh, there's worse 3-cost neutral
I
legendary.
mean, it's situational, obviously.
Oh, transformy guy.
Yeah.
Is it? It's not. No, Mechatork is the funny one we were just talking about, right?
Yeah. You're on the right track. I mean, it's the squirrel or the big beast that it transforms things into.
I don't remember his
The
name.
3 mana is Tinkmaster Overspark.
Okay, yeah, very good.
And then the last one, I mean, it's,
Okay, so it's 3 gnomes
pirate.
and a fisherman for reasons.
it's Captain Greenskin is the last one. I don't know if that's a no.
Oh, nah, he's a goblin.
No.
I don't know.
Sure.
Weird.
No?
Yeah.
I don't
Nowhere
know
close to number gun either.
where or why, but that's just how it rolls, I guess. All right, final question about sounds. For this question, I will read out loud to you a sound from a hero skin until you can guess what the skin is. I'm gonna read one at a time, one emote or one interaction at your choice. Your goal is to get it in as few sounds as possible.
This is just a cosmetic, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Cosmetic hero skin.
I'll take the greetings first.
Take the greetings first. That was a good choice because some of these are easier than others. The greetings is my awakening brings a new age.
Ah, Cthulhu.
Well done. 1 and 1. That's all it took. I really would have liked if you asked for like thanks or something and it was just thank you. That was easy. Weak work for you. I figured it would be. We'll do one more.
Let's run back the greetings.
Always love to meet my fans.
Ooh, I have used this. Dao Chandelier?
No.
How about the WoW?
You only see that in the Badlands. Ooh.
That
helpful.
is much more recent.
Pondering, thinking.
Is it ETC? Yeah, if it is the ETC portrait I'm thinking of, I do not know the name of it. Warrior?
You're correct.
it's the ETC touring guy?
Yeah, touring ETC.
Okay,
you were
cool.
so good at this. I would get a single one of these ever after every emote was read. That's crazy.
I get them all and I use them all and I typically pick at least the greetings and the WoW at some point.
Nice. You're great at this.
So-
I'm not gonna be able to stump you. I mean, I could go 100 rounds of that. So instead, we'll move on to the final mini game of this quiz. In a survey taken on Reddit in late 2014, the following words were used most frequently by players to describe what they liked and disliked in Hearthstone. I've got a couple things I want you to do with these words.
All right.
The first is identify the word that you think was listed the most by players when describing what they disliked about Hearthstone in 2014. So players were liking and disliking and giving reasons. Which one do you think was included the most often in the reason they disliked Hearthstone?
Be very funny if it was fun, but I'm sure it's RNG.
It is.
All right.
It is RNG.
Man, they should see it today.
Now, I need you to sort the words into the like and dislike sections. And I'll let you know that one word and one word only is in both sections. So you'll need to know that. And that's also a game within a game here. So I need you to put which ones you think are in liked, which ones you think are in dislike, and then pick one word and put it in both.
Okay. And I don't know that these are split evenly, right?
You do not know that. They are not split even.
So, okay. I feel like my big one that I think could be in either is maybe play. That's kind of a neutral thing. So people talk about, I don't know, it could also just be decks. You could like a deck and you could hate a deck. It's a hard one to pick. I feel like the negative ones are RNG, Zoo, and bots. And I'll stick with my first guess. We'll go with play for both.
You're extremely close.
Oh, sick.
So RNG, Zoo, and bot. There's no way I can tell you like one without telling you by the elimination of the others, except for the one where that's in both. But RNG, Zoo, and bots are correct and disliked. Play is only in liked. You are missing a disliked word and a liked word, which now you've narrowed it down to being one of your 3 in dislike.
RNG, Zoo, and bots. I guess Zoo might be positive too.
Nope.
RNG?
RNG is in liked and it's the most disliked.
Pretty funny.
That's classic. You're missing one in disliked.
Easy?
Nope.
No one dislikes that it's too easy.
No.
Um,
That was a really complex
Simple?
game. This is the synonym. No. We're on the right track earlier.
Cards?
I mean,
No,
sort of. It's the other.
because people could say like, "Is it?
Yeah.
It's too expensive to get the cards."
Which by proxy would mean it's too expensive to also get
Oh,
the collection of cards. You even said it. You were like, people could hate and love this. But I don't think you put it in dislike. You said you put RNG, Zoo, and bots in disliked. But you didn't put the other one you talked about that people could dislike and like. So you just gotta cycle back to it.
play.
It's Dex.
Oh, is it Dex?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
They hate Dex.
Yeah.
That's funny. Just people complaining about certain decks, I guess. I wonder what that'd be like today. What would people say?
Okay, so there's toxic is the nicest word that people would use frequently for things that they hate. Right?
Yeah.
It gets worse from there.
Yeah, that's fair. You'd have to filter out the words. Well, you did pretty stupendous, I would say. Well done taking on
Awesome.
the hardest quiz. Congratulations on all of your success.
That was pretty fun. It was an interesting quiz.
If you don't know, this is actually the second Hearthstone's hardest quiz. The idea came to me when I accidentally ended up with a substantial list of trivia questions that I had cut out of previous game shows due to them either being too difficult or just straight up ridiculous. And I decided that in order to use them, I could compile them all into one hard quiz. I think it's worked out really well because if a contestant gets a question right, it's impressive, and if they don't, they're just even with the rest of us who also don't know it. The first was a year ago and it featured Language Hacker. If you haven't seen it, it holds up and is still one of the better videos I've ever made. Check it out on the left. Otherwise, there's a video that YouTube thinks you'll like on the right.